It is one thing to lose weight, but it is another thing to keep it off, especially for a long duration of time. In this video, I will take you through 4 meals with a total of 200 grams of protein that keep me beach ready all summer long without any sacrifice. Let's get into it. I'm not trying to lose weight, and I have more calories on the day, but that doesn't mean that I start eating fast food or takeout for every meal I have. Actually, quite the contrary. The foods that you're eating while you're trying to lose weight should still be the foods that you like to eat when you're not trying to lose weight, because the whole point is not to gain all the weight back after you're dieting. And that's why during my diet, I preach so much that you have to enjoy the meals that you're eating, because once you're out of the diet, if you don't enjoy those meals and you just revert back to eating all high calorie everything and eating out all the time, you're inevitably going to gain all of the weight back. For that reason, I am still meal prepping and I am still eating most of my meals at home. And for meal 1, we're going to eat something pre-packaged, but that doesn't mean that it's a protein bar or something that's already coming in a box. It is actually my meal prep $1 breakfast burritos. They're already wrapped in parchment paper, and all I have to do is either throw it in the microwave or throw it in the oven, and it's ready to eat. But I'm in a hurry this morning, so what I am going to do is throw this in the microwave for 60 seconds. 60 seconds, and I have my breakfast ready. It is a beautiful thing. And many people were asking if I got a hair transplant. Yes, I did, and I will make a whole video going over that in the future. So be prepped for that. But yes, right now all the hairs are gone on my hairline, and I have to wait a few months for them to grow back. I'm super excited to see the results of that as well. And in just 1 minute, this is almost too hot to touch. This is soft, and I did brown the outside for the video. So if you want to get that crisp back, what you could do, and I didn't mention in the video, is you could have a pan preheating for about, 2-3 minutes for it to get to medium, and you just lay this back on each side and it literally becomes crispy again. Or if you put this in the oven, it's gonna become crispy again because of the oven. I would just flip halfway through. Now there are a ton of ways to make a breakfast burrito, but what I thought was lacking in the fat loss or more calorie-friendly community was a sausage breakfast burrito. So that's what I wanted to do. And I wanted to make it right around $1. And that we did. I mean, just look at the inside of that. That looks beautiful. And this meal prep only takes about 30 minutes start to finish. So on Sunday, I could easily meal prep these and 1 or 2 other meals and a snack in just 2 hours, and then I have food for almost every meal for the entire week. And if you're new to the channel, I love condiments. And if you're not new to the channel, you know I love condiments. I just posted a 3-sauce recipe video a couple weeks ago, so you guys have more condiments to use on your sandwiches, wings, etc., etc. So of course, I have a few different hot sauces that I use, and my main one has been the Taco Bell fire sauce. So good. And another one that's low-key that not enough people have is the smoked Tabasco sauce. I got hooked on this at Chipotle like 15 years ago. And once I saw it in the store, I started buying it on a regular basis. So good. Macros for this meal. We have 461 calories, 20 fat, 37 carb, and 32 grams of protein. And I'll see you for meal 2. I've increased my calories since my weight loss phase, which means I'm eating another meal per day. Now, I already meal prep 3 different meals at the start of the week, and I don't want to add another meal in. However, I still want something hot, delicious, and convenient, which is where meal 2 and today's video sponsor, Factor, comes in to save the day. Yesterday, Factor sent me 6 fresh, never frozen meals right to my doorstep, and all I have to do is heat each one up for 2 minutes, and it's time to eat. Each week, I get to pick exactly what I want, and obviously, I always go for the Protein Plus options. They are perfect for my goals, with around 500 to 600 calories and 40 to 50 grams of protein per meal. And another thing I love about Factor is how easy they make tracking macros. The nutrition info is right on the back, so I can log everything into my calorie tracking app even before the food is done heating up. Today I'm enjoying the honey mustard chicken, but my favorite this week was the caprese pesto chicken. If you want to try Factor for yourself, head to factor75.com or click the link below and use code E4CM50 to get 50% off your first Factor box and 20% off your next month of orders. That's code E4CM50 at factor75.com to get 50% off your first box plus 20% off your next month of orders. Thank you, Factor, and oh my God, look at that. This looks like a meal you can legitimately get in a restaurant if they put this plate down and I'm like, oh, this is my honey mustard chicken? Yes, sir. Looks legit. Let's try it first. See how it is. I am such a sucker for honey mustard. Absolutely love it. The chicken breast isn't dry at all. It's still moist and juicy. You can literally see it falling apart. Oh man, the potatoes are excellent too. Love it. You get a carb, you get a vegetable, and you get protein. Can't beat it, especially for the calories. Speaking of which, macros for this meal are 540 calories, 28 fat, 32 carb, and 39 grams of protein. I'm gonna hit the gym in a little bit, and then we'll be back for meal 3. So I got distracted testing recipes, and I still haven't went to the gym. That's neither here nor there. But for a quick snack, I'm starving, I'm gonna have a pound of strawberries. Just throw them back. I'm gonna wait about an hour and go to the gym. In the meantime, I also got a stuffler, which is a pancake or a waffle stuffer, which literally means there's gonna be insane recipes coming on this channel that include this stuffler. I can't wait to use it. By the way, there's about 9 grams of fiber in here, so this is gonna fill me up and make me feel good for the next couple hours. We also need to get the next meal started, which we are making the Lou's deep dish pizza. And to do that, we're gonna grab our food processor, but we don't need a food processor to make this. You can do this in a bowl, and I go through this in my Lou's deep dish recipe video, but this just makes life easier for me, and I'm gonna make 2 doughs at once, so why not? So literally all I have to do is put this thing on a scale and add the dough ingredients. It takes all of 2 minutes to add the dry and wet ingredients in, and then you mix it. Simple as that. And since we don't really need a tight gluten network, I'm just gonna bring this dough together until it becomes one. I'm gonna put this dough into a container for tomorrow, and this dough I'm gonna put in a bowl for right now. Now I gotta get my sausage ready. And you may be wondering, like, Nick, how are you even remembering to do this right now if you haven't made this in months? Well, the great thing about having my cookbook is even me forgetting stuff because I haven't made this in a while, I just go right to it, Lou's deep dish pizza, and there it is. So what I need to do is grab my ground pork to make my sausage. Top it with salt, black pepper, and garlic powder, and knead the seasonings into the meat for 3 to 4 minutes. And what I love about this is just 3 ingredients for the sausage, exactly how Lou's does it, and I can do it all right inside the container and put it right into the bowl for tomorrow. Place the sausage in a bowl, cover with cling wrap, and refrigerate for 24 to 48 hours. Similarly to the dough, it's only gonna have a couple hours today, but it's gonna have 24 hours tomorrow, and it's gonna be even better tomorrow. And in less than 10 minutes, we have dough and sausage prepped for 2 dinners, really more than that, because I'm only gonna eat probably half the pizza. So 4 dinners, and it's fresh, never frozen ingredients. Time to eat some strawberries, and I will see you when it's time to top the pizza. I've got the oven preheating, so let's build our pizza because I'm ready to eat. Everything comes together very quickly. Now we just need a little bit of Crisco, and it really, just 1.5 grams is gonna make that really nice brown crust. And if you know, browning on meat, browning on crust, that really builds a lot of flavor. Now this did rise a little bit, but again, I'm not worried about it rising. I am much more worried about getting it evenly spread out and making sure we leave the crust with more room because we have to bring it up the wall of the pan. If you want detailed instructions without me blabbing too much in a video and getting straight to business, while also having detailed pictures of like dough type of recipes and getting any recipes I upload on YouTube early before anyone else, check out the link that I have in the pinned comment or the description and use code E4CM for 10% off. And I'd like to thank all of you that purchased the cookbook on the Prime Day deals. The support was overwhelming, and I'm really glad that you guys took advantage of that deal because I've already added 50 or 60 recipes at this point, and it's just gonna keep growing. As for the cheese, I always have shredded cheese, and I stopped real quick at H-E-B and got some sliced cheese, which really helps put the sausage on top. You could use shredded whole milk mozzarella, but the sliced cheese just makes it easier. And the reason I'm using the ingredients I'm using is because this is what Lou Malnati's uses in their actual pizza. Not fat-free cheese, but whole milk cheese. I'm trying to find a balance between whole milk and fat-free. And with the sausage, we do the same thing. Put it on a scale, zero it out, figure out how much we need, and then add it to the pizza. If you've never seen a deep dish pizza being made, you might think this looks weird because the sauce usually goes on after the dough, but not for this one. That was simple enough. I'll put this back in the fridge for tomorrow. So, last thing we need is our sauce. And I have the 6-in-1 tomatoes. Why? These are sweet, just like Lou Malnati sauces. They were grown in California, just like Lou Malnati's tomatoes are. And that whole big thing is 4 times the size of a Cento can, which a Cento can costs about $5. This one costs $8 and is about 4 times the size. So you might say, well, duh, but it's gonna go bad, Nick. What I'm gonna do is anything extra, I am going to put in the freezer, and then you just throw it in the fridge 24 hours before you wanna use it, and it defrosts, and you're ready to go. It's very important you cover all the meat here because the sausage will burn when it's in there for 30 minutes or 25 minutes, whatever, if you don't. One last finishing touch. This is, again, something Lou Malnati's does, is they add Parm and Romano on the top. So we're gonna do the same. They also just put a tiny bit of oregano as well. There's no more toppings, but if you don't add aluminum foil, your crust is gonna burn. So what I do is I just cover the crust and go around the whole pizza just like that. I am so excited. In the oven it goes. I will see you very soon. I had to take a thumbnail, and I am absolutely stoked to eat this right now because I am starving, and the cheese pull has just been absolutely astonishing. Like, holy shnikes. Holy shnikes. Every time I don't have one of my like signature recipes for a while, I always ask myself, why the have I not had this in months? And right now, I'm asking myself that exact question. I mean, I made this recipe on Thanksgiving for my friends, and they had no idea it was lower calorie. They were like, this is fucking delicious. This reminds me of Chicago, because they're from Chicago, living in Texas. And it's just a beautiful thing. You can't beat it. I've already decided I'm gonna eat half this pizza. So I am going to go over the macros so I can eat, and we can soon get to the last meal, which is of course dessert, because it's late. It's time for me to go to bed soon, but you can never forget about dessert. Now, for this meal, we have 1,160 calories, 53 fat, 75 carb, and 92 grams of protein. The calorie to protein ratio is absurd for how good this goddamn pizza is. Okay, I'm gonna go eat. Bye. It's the middle of summer, and it's the mid-90s every day here in Texas. So you know that I've been creaming daily, and I was hyping the Oreo creamy, the mint chocolate chip creamy, and my cookie dough creamy, but I had those so much that I was like, tonight it's time for a little bit of a change. And tonight we're gonna make the chocolate better ice cream. So I'm gonna load this up and we're gonna have a nice mix in after we're done. Look at this. Now, if I wasn't adding a mixin in, we could load it right back up, but I'm trying to have a little bit of fun tonight. So we're gonna take the middle out, and today we're adding mini Reese's. These are perfect, they're super small, so they fit right in the middle. And we're gonna use 2/3 of a serving, which is 6. Then I'm gonna add the ice cream back to the pint. Sometimes it's just easier to use your hands and spread it out evenly across so that we can load it back up and hit that mixing setting. And look at that. Perfect pint-like consistency. Let's see what we got here. Look at that. Looks like I scooped it right out, ready to put it in a waffle cone. Let's give it a try. You're gonna get little pieces of Reese's throughout it. It's perfect. Especially for the calories. I need to make a chocolate peanut butter ice cream. That's about that time. All right, I want to eat this and go to bed. So in this ice cream, we have 332 calories, 12 fat, 75 carb, but 50 of them come from Swerve, and 27 grams of protein. On the day, we have 2,634 calories, 113 fat, 254 carb, again, about 204 after you subtract the erythritol, and 195 grams of protein. And I purposely didn't eat as much today because I know I eat a little bit more calories on the weekend, but my maintenance calories is about 3,000 to 3,200 calories per day. So I'm eating well below my maintenance. I was able to eat breakfast burritos, a full meal for lunch from Factor, half of a deep dish pizza, and chocolate peanut butter Reese's ice cream. What's not to love? And if I'm eating these calories every day, I'm actually gonna lose more weight. But it's summer, it's time to have a little bit of fun on the weekends and have some extra calories. As always, more options is better. And if you check out this video here, I'll go over 4 meals where I eat 200 grams of protein, and each meal is different than today's meals and will also get you shredded. Until next time, deuces.